The official ball for the 2014 World Cup has been revealed, and it is called the Bazooka. It's manufactured by Adidas and was unveiled in quite the presentation at the foot of the Christ the Redeemer statue, where a 3D light display accompanied the ball, and stars such as Clarence Seedorf and Cafu. Now, after much criticism of the Jabulani, Adidas put the Bazooka through the endless testing that involved the ball being tried out by over 600 players, including Lionel Messi and Iker Casillas, the latter who called the Jabulani rotten. The CEO of Adidas spoke about the improvements since 2010.
Obviously, we are permanently researching and analyzing how we can further improve our balls, and I do believe that there is no doubt that we can make excellent balls, which we have proven over the last 40 years, I do believe. And we provide the official match ball not only to the FIFA World Cup, to the Champions League, to a lot of clubs, so there is no doubt. And as I said, this ball is a further development and intensively tested more than any other ball before.
Let's take a look at the evolution of the ball, beginning with Team Geist, which was used at the 2006 World Cup. Now, at the time, this ball was said to be the roundest ever, utilizing 14 curved panels as opposed to what had been the standard 32 panels. Now, in 2010, there was the widely panned Jabulani, made of only 8 panels, which were thermally bonded. Now, this one, of course, was hated by keepers as it traveled through the air in a wildly unpredictable path. Now, I want to show you the Euro 2012 ball called the Tango 12, because not only was this one widely praised, but it also has components in it that were used in this new Bazooka. Now, the Bazooka will use the exact same bladder and the shell that the Tango 12 has, with the main differences being that the Bazooka will have 6 panels, which are 2 less than Tango 12. Now, meanwhile, FIFA has confirmed that 6 of the 12 World Cup venues will not be completed by the end of the year, which was the deadline that was initially imposed by the governing body. However, FIFA President Sepp Blatter does remain confident that the stadiums will be completed in time for the kickoff. Now, there are 6 venues that are already completed, yet half of them remain under construction. That construction was halted last week on the stadium in Sao Paulo, where that fatal accident caused a slowdown of some of the other projects as well. The project that's most behind schedule, that's the stadium in Curitiba, which will not be completed until the end of February. Now, hopefully all 12 venues will be ready to go in 190 days. And if that is the case, then the players and all of us will be treated to some world-class stadiums in some very climate-challenging areas. Here's Alex Thomas with which key stadiums that you should be keeping your eye on.
Here are the 12 cities that will share the burden of staging 64 matches over a 4.5-week period next June and July. Most of them are on Brazil's Atlantic coastline, including Sao Paulo, which is the venue for the World Cup's opening match. That'll feature the host nation and their opponents, who will emerge from the draw. The city is the country's financial and business hub, and it's the biggest with over 11 million inhabitants. The Sao Paulo Arena is one of 7 newly built stadiums. The other 5 have all been renovated, and the total cost of that construction has risen from just over $2 billion to around $3.4 billion. Now, Manaus is the most westerly venue and sits in the heart of the Amazon rainforest. European teams may not want to be drawn to play matches here because of its tropical climate, humidity getting above 80%, and temperatures rising to 40 Celsius or more than 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Another interesting venue will be the National Stadium in Brasilia, the nation's capital since 1960, famous for its iconic buildings designed by legendary architect Oscar Niemeyer, although it's impossible to ignore the famous Maracanã in Rio, the venue for the final and the stadium with the biggest capacity at 73,500, although that's been reduced by modern safety standards from the crowds of up to 200,000 that used to cram inside.
And CNN FC will have a World Cup draw special on Friday. That's for complete analysis and breakdowns of all of the groups. Be sure to join Amanda Davis and 2 former World Cup stars, Owen Hargreaves and Sunday Oliseh, and a host of other CNN correspondents from all across the globe for that live 90-minute special. That's before, it's during, and it's right after the draw. It's all going to begin at 5:30 p.m. Central European Time and 4:30 p.m. in the UK.